Well, let's return now to Naba Mohiedeen, who's joining us from Madani, where we understand 9 people, including 4 military personnel, died on Sunday following a plane crash in the east of that country. Now, Naba Mohiedeen is joining us with the very latest on that crash. Naba, those reports there indicating that a civilian plane crashed in eastern Sudan late on Sunday. What more can you tell us about this incident?
The military just issued a press release and said it was a civilian plane that is used to take the injured people and the soldiers as well. It was crashed in Port Sudan once it flew, and for a technical issue. And 9 people died, including 4 military personnel and 5 civilians, and only 1 child was rescued. So this airplane crash was it was not the first. Since the war broke out on April, it's like number 4 because of a technical issue. But this one was very devastating because it's very far from the war zone, and actually it was used for taking the injured people and treating them. So the military just issued a press release to make it clear that it was not in the war zone, it was not in Khartoum, it was just it was crashed for a technical issue.
Well, Naba, it's been 100 days now since the conflict in Sudan erupted. How has this impacted the lives of Sudanese, and are they still hopeful that peace still has a chance?
Actually, a 100-day of the war in Sudan for Sudanese, it felt like it's years or a decade of war, because it changed everything. It pushed people to leave their homes back in Khartoum, in Darfur, and in Kordofan, in the 3 war zones regions. And also, of course, it's a turning point for millions of people's life. People fled the war zone in Khartoum, and they are internally displaced in other regions. Some people left some of their families back in Khartoum because they can't live outside the capital. Some people, most of the families split right now to other countries. Like, for example, myself, I have some of my family members in Cairo. Some of my family are in UK. I live here in Sudan, so we are like in a day and another. We just split. So it's very devastating for everyone, for people who lost their beloved ones, for people who are forced to flee and to leave their homes for the security of people. Of course, people lost their homes, their cars, their properties. Some people are even they are living in very poor conditions in displacement camps with very bad health situation and very short food aid. So 100 days for Sudanese, it's a nightmare, and it's really bad. It changed everyone's life. It's not only impacting the people who live in the capital, but also for everyone, because everything has changed since April 15th.
And Naba, you know, the conflict in Sudan now runs the risk of being ignored on the global stage. How worried are the warring parties about this, and are they likely to reconcile their differences anytime soon?
Actually, there is some news that they may adhere to people's inspirations and the international community calls to end this chaotic war, because at some point we can see that nobody is making a military advances or a military winning. So nobody is winning this war. So maybe at some point the 2 warring factions will figure out that we are very hopeful that they will figure out this before it's too late. But we are very hopeful that if they figure out that nobody will win, nobody will control, because now it's only consuming people's lives, it's consuming the civilian infrastructure, it's consuming the country's a very overwhelmed economy. So this war is really chaotic and with a very high cost for everyone. So yes, we are so hopeful that the two warring factions will sit on negotiation table, and maybe Cairo summit held by the by Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, the president of Egypt. Maybe it's the closest initiative to the Sudanese people's heart because of the Egyptian role in solving all of the Sudanese political crises in the past 4 years. Also, the African Leaders Initiative is one of the probably initiatives that may make a breakthrough. So yes, at this point, we are only seeing escalation on the ground, but we are so hopeful that the two warring factions will figure out that they will not win and only Sudan will lose.